everyone, welcome back to Eastwick Cottage Garden. It's Memorial Day weekend and I do have my mom here, but she's not going to be on camera. She is a little camera shy, but that's okay. You might see her legs maybe in some video passing, potentially. Anyway, we have a whole list of things we would like to try to get done this weekend. We're going to have some rain, so we're out here. It is like a little bit, it's about 9:30 in the morning, so we're going to get going. There's a lot of activities, so it's going to be a hodgepodge of things, and I will be stopping and describing things as they go along. So I hope you guys are doing well, and thank you for coming along with me, and I hope you enjoy the day. Okay, so the first order of business is we are going to do some edging in this flower bed right here. I got some more rocks and I'm going to put an edging of some of the fieldstone here to kind of keep the weeds at bay from the outside and to give it a more decorative look. So that's what we're going to do first. All right, so and continuing on, I have my wagon cart full of stone. So I'm going to do a little stone, musical stones. So I kind of want to build up this area here. There's a bit of a divot, so I want to build that up. So I got some larger rocks to do that. And I'm going to move maybe some of these smaller rocks to the back area to put the trim around the back end of the orchard bed. Oops. Oh, that makes... This broke off just where I wanted it to break. How fancy. So for now, I think this bed is pretty much done. I might get a couple of small rocks to fill in some of the gaps. This is where we are. I think the border finishes it off a bit. Let me know what you think. And again, we have the cosmos, which are now blooming. And in the back here, we have the osmanthus party lights, which is growing leaps and bounds, as is the liriope big blue. And the coral jade sedum, which is the one here starting to put on its flower spike. You can see that. And then we have the cherry brandy rudbeckia in the back corners here. So this bed will fill in nicely, and maybe at some point put some spilling annuals in the front here along the edge so they could spill over maybe at some point. Not this year maybe, but maybe next year. But this is where we are. So this is one project done for the day. Okay, so it is a few hours later. It is extremely hot today. So we did a little stuff in the garden that I'll be showing you in a minute. But we also took a bit of a nap because we were very tired and it's very hot. So it is about 5:30, 6 o'clock-ish. The sun's going down a little bit and it's a little bit cooler. So we're going to continue on with some of the tasks that we need to get done. So I'm preparing to get rid of these pots finally and to plant up our veggies and our perennial container that is at the back of the flower bed. So this little cart here is the cart that I got from wonderful Maggie, and it is perfect because it actually fits in this garden space. My gorilla cart, while I love it, it is too big for the garden space. So thank you again, Maggie, for your lovely gift. It comes in very, very handy. So I'm going to go around the back and take the gorilla cart around the back so I can just throw the old pot stuff over the fence into the gorilla cart. I'll be right back. So this is going to be interesting because they are broken in pieces. And as you can see, this is no more. I've forgotten one more thing. I'll be right back. You know what I could do? Actually, as an homage to the old pots, I'm going to take some of the crockery, as I've almost knocked you over. Take some of the crockery, can you guys still see me? And put it in the new pots. I think I'll do that. Okay. I have to say, these new pots are much heavier than the old ones. Let's see if I can find some broken pieces. This one's in pretty good shape. Putting crockery down at the bottom. It was just that really big one that was the worst of them all. Okay, I won't have as much as I thought I would have. Alright. Guess that's going to be the pot that gets the broken crockery. Put this here. Okay. Soil has a bunch of worms in it, which is nice. And a lot of ants. Ugh. I only got one. How bad is this one? This one isn't really that bad. I think I could get one more use out of this, one more season. I think I'll give it a go because I need another one for another tomato plant. So I think I'll go with that one. This one has holes in the side, so this is not going to work. So this one's going to be for the pepper plants. I have these discs of netting that I'm going to put over the holes to keep the soil from pouring out. I think we can reuse most of this soil. We had peppers and tomatoes in here last year, but they did not do well at all. So the soil probably still has most of its nutrition in it. I'm going to top it up with some fertilizer, of course. So I'm going to put 2 pepper plants in one pot because I've read and heard that peppers like to be kind of close together, and I think that's where I went wrong. Last year, they were in their own pots and they did not thrive at all. So we'll go, this year we'll try it with having them together and see how they make out. I'm going to put 1 tomato in here. See how this does. Hopefully it's enough room for it. And this is for the pepper plant. So I'll just do that when I get to that part. Okay, so this year, I was looking for, hold this up. I was looking for these, and they didn't have any in the nursery, but Julie, she actually had a spare plant. So thank you very much, Julie, for this. These are the best, if you guys can see this, these are the best little snacky tomatoes around. They were delicious. And tomatoes you can plant really deep. It helps them establish better root systems. So this is our tomato sun sugar. I think this is an indeterminate tomato because I had a volunteer show up around the shed and it did really well there. So I'm going to tie it to a stake and we're going to go with that instead of trying to put it in a cage. So as a replacement, when I couldn't find the sun sugars, I opted for this white cherry tomato. I've never had this before. Has anybody had any experience with that? The white cherry tomato. This is a new one to me. So I'm going to plant this in this pot here. Again, trying to get it down pretty far, and I will top this up with some compost. So we'll see what we get with that. We are going to plant our 2 pepper plants. So for our peppers, we have 2 different kinds. We have Pepper Purple Beauty, which I got 1 last year. It was delicious, but I only got 1. And we have Pepper Orange Blaze. So in the pot they go. Tag in so I know which one's which. I know some people in warmer parts of the country are already getting some peppers from their plants, which is exciting. What kind of plants or your peppers are you guys' favorite? And what are you planting this year? Are you experimenting with anything different? Any new kinds of plants? I'd love to hear about it. I have this trellis here that I had for cucumbers a long time ago. It is now just decoration. I have to figure out something to do with it. Maybe I'll use it for a clematis or something. I have to figure that out. 1 more tomato to go, and this one is a beefsteak. Standard good old-fashioned slicing tomato. Whopper beefsteak. Bury that deep down in there. And that is the veggies planted for 2024. Technically they're fruits because their seeds are on the inside, but you know what we mean. On to the next task. Trying to get a good angle for you guys here. Without putting you in the compost bin. Okay, so we are going to clean out this bed. Clean out this pot. And I'm quite sure the roots are, well, they're not too bad. Not too bad. So we're going to plant some coleus in here. You know, I'm just going to throw these in here temporarily, and I'll move them over to the other bin later. Some coleus in here, and Biden's Campfire Marshmallow, which is the new proven winners Biden for 2024. This is not bad. This is pretty good. Okay. Just break up the soil a little bit. We'll definitely be adding compost and fertilizer in here. I had coleus in here last year. It was my first time growing coleus, and they were ginormous. So hopefully this year we'll have an equally beautiful show. I have different varieties this year, but hopefully they will be able to do their thing. And they had deep root systems, so I had to pretty much redo the soil in here when I planted my fall annuals. So this is pretty brand new. Just had I had some things in here for the fall briefly, and then had some celosia. Oh, actually, I planted the violas and pansies in here in the fall with some celosia. So the soil's in pretty good shape. Some compost. I'm trying to reach over this kaleidoscopeabelia here. I'm also going to be planting some annual salvia. My mom planted some in the deck steps pots. I pinched them back. They were kind of finishing their bloom cycle. I'm not really familiar with annual salvia, so hopefully, I think they said that I asked them if I pinched them back, if they would rally back, and they said yes. So hopefully that's the case. What is your guys' experience with annual salvias? Do they bloom all summer? How does that work? This is a learning experience for me. Get some fertilizer deep down in here. This is from Main Street, and this one's called Beale Street. And I'm fighting there's a carpenter bee fighting me. Main Street, Beale Street. So I'm going to put that in there. This one, which I think is absolutely drop dead gorgeous. And this one is called Charged Up. And this gets about 2 feet tall, allegedly. Like I said, mine got gigantic. And then I have this one. It's the Stained Glass Works Pineapple Express. So Stained Glass Works Pineapple Express. This one gets 2 feet tall. So I'm going to put this one in the back, these two on the sides, and then I'm going to put annual salvia on the sides here, and then I have the Biden Campfire Marshmallow Bidens. I'm going to put that right in the center here. So I'm going to get these in first. Last time I think I put 5 coleus in here, and that was way too much. So we're going to stick with 3 this year. And this one, actually, I'll show you when we do the walk around. My mom potted up the plants that were on the front porch, and I have one of these in each pot in the front too, as well. It's a weird angle here. The only other place is to put you in the churchyard or the compost bin. And I don't think you want to be in the compost bin. Well, I don't want you in the compost bin. So here are I pinched them back, and they're starting to put out new shoots. Hopefully they'll bloom. But their color is this. I don't know if you guys can see this. I don't pull you in. I'll zoom it in when I can. When I'm in editing, I'll zoom it in. But there's like a purpley color here, and that is the color that these flowers are. So I think that will be a nice addition. Okay, so I'm going to plant this in front of this and hope for the best. So I'm going to put the Bidens. You see this one? You see this one? Put the Bidens in the middle here. And I think this is going to spread quite a bit. This is the Bidens Campfire Marshmallow. It's 8 to 14 inches tall and 16 inches wide. So I think it might do a good job of filling in here. And I will tell you this, it actually smells like marshmallow. It smells really good. I usually put like a Diamond Snow, Diamond Frost Euphorbia in. but I decided to do something different this year. I want to give a shout out to my mom, who's been very, very helpful this weekend. So I'm going to get that watered in. We'll have our little display for the summer into the fall. So that is that. So this is a watering system. Kind of, it came in a 10-pack, and you put it in the soil, and then you fill a bottle with water, and you dump it upside down, and it slowly releases water into the pot. So you're supposed to soak them for like 5 to 10 minutes in water and to get it hydrated, but it's already hydrated because it's been in this pot for a while. So I want to go around and water everything and then show you guys what we did today. So everyone, we are done for the day. It is 8 o'clock at night, and we got some things accomplished. So I'm going to walk around and show you what we got done today. We just have a moment for this honeysuckle that smells absolutely divine. It's so good for cuttings. And I love the fact that if you cut it and it's not all the way open, it will open in the vase. I did not know that. So it was a happy accident or happy discovery. Okay, so first off, we started in this area. Well, we started on the other side, but we brought some stones over to this area to trim it out and make the bed look more like it was on purpose. So I'm happy with this, the way this turned out. And it'll be easier for the yard guys to come and trim around the rocks with a string trimmer. So in the orchard bed here, my wonderful mother came in and deadheaded the dianthus and the salvia. So hopefully the salvia will put on another flush, and so will the dianthus. There's a lot of new buds already on the dianthus, so it's all tidied up now, looking nice. There were a few stalks that had some flowers on it, so we kept them, but that was lovely. So on this side of the deck steps beds, we did some rearranging of some rocks. So I'm happy with this. I like the way it looks better in this state. And then we moved these rocks over, some of these rocks over to the back orchard bed. We put some of these two here, and it makes it look a little more uniform and a little more neat. Planted up these 2 pots for the deck steps beds, and again, these are the annual salvia, and I pinched them back, so they're putting on some new growth, so hopefully they will come back. You guys, let me know if that was the right thing to do, and if I'll probably get some more growth on these. Very curious to find out. So in this fenced-in immersive garden space, we have planted our tomatoes and peppers and disposed of all the broken pots. This one's a little bit broken, but we're keeping it because it's good enough to see if it'll last another season and be okay with this tomato in it. So this is what we did in this area. So the veggies are ready to go. I have to stake them, but other than that, they are ready to go. In this area, we planted up the container for summer with coleus, bidens, and again, the annual salvia. So looking forward to seeing how this fills out. So in the front here, my mom planted these pots and put them in the front. They are, again, the coleus that I showed you when I was planting the coleus in the back. These will grow up tall and be a nice addition to the front of the house. My mom also did some deadheading in this area, so she cut back the geum and the phlox, so kind of tidied up the bed a little bit. So hoping we'll get another flush of the geum. And as you can see, the tiger lily is putting on its bloom, so it will show its the orange color, picking up where the geums left off. And the tiger lilies, just an update, the tiger lilies that we planted are moved together, also have flower spikes on them. They're not as big, obviously, because they were moved, but I'm very surprised that they have any flower spikes at all. Very happy about that. And even this one that was struggling has some new growth on it. So that's going to be it for today. And I hope you enjoy coming along with us. My mom and myself, even though you didn't see my mom very much, coming along with us to do some work in the garden on this very hot day. So we will be back at it, or I'll be back at it tomorrow because there's a bunch of plants I need to get in the ground. So anyway, hope you guys are doing well. And thank you so much for all the subscriptions and the likes and the shares. It's really good to hear from you guys and the comments. And I'm really enjoying the community and very excited we can be together in this space. Take care. Bye-bye.